everyone, this is Mindy and welcome back to another video with Honeybee Stamps. In today's video, I'll be doing an ink smooshing technique using grid blocks. This was actually a happy accident that I discovered when I was playing around with this technique and I wanted to share it with you. I'll be using the Paradise Blooms and Birds of Paradise stamp sets from Honeybee Stamps, and I'm lining up the couple images that I'm going to be using in my Misti tool onto some white cardstock that is Copic friendly. Then I'm going to ink up these images with a Copic friendly black ink. And I figured while I had out my Misti stamping tool, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment as well. The sentiment is coming from the Tropical Tweets stamp set, and I really love how Honeybee has coordinating die sets for all of these sentiments too. So I stamped the sentiment in the black ink, and then I'm going to work on Copic coloring my images. So for this leaf, I'm using G17, YGOO, and YGOO. With the darkest color, I'm adding small flicks from the center out towards the edges, then coming in with the YGOO and continuing those flicks outward a little bit. And the lightest color, the YGOO, I'm adding to the very tips. Now for the flamingo, I had a hard time finding kind of a perfect color combination, so I went with my tried and true favorite pink/red color combo, and that is RV29, RV14, RV13, and then I added an RV21 for my highlight area. What's really fun about this color combo is that you can make it either a pink tint or red tint, depending on how much of the color that you add. So if I add more of the RV29, it's going to be more of a red color. But if I don't add as much, you can see it has more of the pinkish tone. So it's a very versatile color combination. Then the beak, I have W8, W6, and W4. And the yellows, I have Y38, Y35, and Y32. And all of the colors are listed at the top of the screen as well for your reference. Then holding those dies in place with purple tape, I'm going to die cut my images and set them off on the side. So this ink smooshing technique is nothing new. It's been around for a while. You can use acetate, a Ziploc bag, clear blocks, whatever you'd like. I was using a clear block that has etched grid lines on one side. And when I was playing with this technique, I accidentally inked up the side that had the etched lines, but it became a really cool effect. So using this large block, I'm inking up the side with the etched grid lines using Tafty and Lemon Drop Reactive inks. And then I'm going to spritz the entire block with water. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Distress watercolor paper, and I did also spritz a little bit of water on there too, just to kind of maybe help blend these colors a little better. Then I'm going to flip that block over, smoosh it onto that cardstock, and just push it down, make sure that those colors are blending. And then I'm going to let this sit for a little while. And by a little while, I mean a couple minutes should be good. Then I removed the block and check out that amazing pattern that those etched lines left. So I'm going to set that off on the side to dry, and I'm going to do another quick background. This one is using Pool Party and Lemon Drop inks, smooshing those onto that etched lines, spritzing that with the clear water, and also my cardstock. Now the cardstock I have as 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That way I can trim it down if I want. And then I'll let that sit for a few minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes, and then pull that up. And you can really see the etched lines on this one. So I let those dry, and it did dry back a little bit. You can still see the subtle pattern in the background. Plus, I did this on the textured side of the cardstock, so it really added some just cool effects to the background. Now I'll show you a panel that I had done with the same colors. This one I did without the grid lines and also on the smooth side of the cardstock, so you can see what a difference that is. And this is the first one I created. This was my actual happy accident, so really fun. So I trimmed both my panels down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches and added them to a white card front. And then I'm going to arrange the images how I want them on the card front. My leaf is going to be in the background, off hanging a little bit that I'll trim later on. My flamingo is going to be on top, and then I can add my sentiment off on the side. So I'm keeping everything in the lower end of the card. So I can just add that leaf with a tape runner. The flamingo, I'm going to add some foam squares to the back of it and attach that. And I'll also add some foam squares to the sentiment as well. Now I repeated those same steps for the other card, and then I'm going to come in with a pair of scissors and just trim off anything that's hanging off of the side so that it fits nicely into an envelope. So this is a really fun way to create some colorful backgrounds, mix and matching different colors, and none of them really ever turn out the exact same. So that's what makes it a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed today's technique and video. Let me know in the comments, which background do you prefer, the blue or the pinks? All the supplies are listed down below as well. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time.